Hello, everybody. How is everybody? Welcome to Mystery Card Night. Hopefully you have gathered all your materials that I listed. If not, here's a list of the materials that you will need tonight. So you're going to need 11 inches by 5 1/4 white or light colored cardstock. Oh, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm so sorry. My name is Julia Green, and you have come across what I call my Mystery Card Night, where you gather some materials before we go live, and then we make a card together. You use the materials that you have, and I use the materials that I've gathered, and we come up with a card. And then at the end, after I post this video, I'd love to have you share your cards in the comments below the video. So the materials that you were asked to gather tonight was an 11-inch by 5 1/4 inch white or light colored cardstock, a 4 1/4 inch by 5 1/2 inch cardstock, and 2 pieces. And I had somebody ask me a question today. They can be the same color, or they can be different. I use the same color, so that's just so you know that. Then you have 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches DSP, and then you need a 5 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch DSP. So if you've gathered all those, I'm going to bring you into my studio here. Welcome, welcome. If you've gathered all those materials, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the card. So I have my 5 1/4 inch by 11, and I am using white cardstock. I have my 2 pieces of 4 1/4 inch by 5 1/2 pieces of cardstock. I have my 4 by 5 1/4 piece of DSP, and I have my 5 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch piece of DSP as well. And then I have a few extra pieces of DSP here that I'm going to use as part of my decorating. I've also gathered some other things here that I'm going to decorate my card with. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the other thing that I mentioned is that you're going to want to gather some kind of adhesive. You're also going to want to have your paper trimmer or scorer, whatever you use to score with. You're going to need scissors, snips, whatever it is you use for that too. So you're just going to need some basic card making tools to have on hand. All right, so we are taking the 11-inch by 5 1/4 inch white or light colored cardstock, okay? And we are going to score that at 1 3/4 inches and 3 1/2 inches. Then we're going to flip it over and do the same on the other side. So I'm going to show you. So we're going to score that at 1 3/4, 1 3/4, 3 1/2. Okay, and then we're going to flip it and do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to do 1 3/4 on this side as well, and then 3 1/2. Okay, and that's all you're going to need as far as the cutter or the scoring thing is considered. All right, so now you're just going to want to take and where you have scored these, you're going to want to fold them in kind of like an accordion fold. So you're going to fold in on the 3 1/2, and you can use your bone folder for this. And I'm looking for a bone folder. I'm looking for a bone folder that might not have glue or something all stuck to it. Do you find that I use my bone folders for just about everything, and I find that they get very sticky and icky, and then I need to find something to clean them with. Then you're going to take the 1 3/4 and you're going to fold that back. Okay, and you're going to want to score that. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. The 3 1/2 is going to come in. We're going to use the bone folder, and then we're going to kind of like do the Z fold, fold that back. So then you're going to have this piece that looks like this. Okay, it doesn't come to match in the center. That's okay. You're all set. Now, we're going to take and we're going to put some adhesive on this back side. I'm using my Stampin' Seal, but you are welcome to use whatever you'd like. Hi, Deb. You're going to take one of those pieces of cardstock that were 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You're going to take the one, And you're going to lay this right down into the center of it after you've put the adhesive on the back. And I'm already not in the center, so I'm going to quick grab that up. Oops, I'm still not in the center. That looks a little better. All right. And then you're just going to, so now you have a piece that looks like this, and you have the one piece on the back. All right. I just had somebody send me a message and say, I can't find you. Oh, I'm on, you have to go to the Stampin' with Julia page, I believe, to find me. And sometimes there's a little bit of a delay, so it might be I haven't quite gone, well, I should have now. I'm in 6 minutes, so. All right, so hopefully she finds me. Okay. Now we're going to take this piece of your DSP. So we have the 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Designer Series paper. We're going to put some adhesive on the back of that. We're going to mount that to the other piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Just like that. Oops. And on this one, I was going to put this one, I had cut this one at 4 1/4 by 5 3/4, and I was going to make that an extra layer, but I guess I'll skip that. All right, and then we're going to take this piece. Hi, Pam. Hi, Patricia. We're going to take this. Now we're going to come in with this piece that we made, okay? And we're going to put some adhesive on this side, only on this side, not on that side, just on this side. So again, I'm using my Stampin' Seal, and I got way over on my Stampin' Seal, so I got to pull that this way because I was looking at the screen and not looking at what I'm doing because I was looking to see. Sandy said she can't find me, so I'm on there, I guess, right? You guys found me. All right, now you're going to want to take this piece and we're going to fold this in and we're going to lay this piece right down on top of the other piece, just like that. Okay, found you. Okay, good, Sandy. I had no way of responding to you. I saw that you made a comment, but once I'm in here, I can't go out, so I'm so sorry that I couldn't tell you. But did you find me on Stamping with Julia? Because that's where I should be. That's where I go live. So that is where you want to, that's where you want, kind of always want to remember that's where I go live. All right, so now you're going to take that 1 3/4 by 5 1/4 piece. We're going to do 2 more, 3 more of these, Sandy, so don't worry, you'll catch up. All right, and we're going to take this one and we're going to put adhesive on the back of this. All right, and we're going to lay this one right down on this little flap. Just like that, okay? And now you have it. So there's your card base, okay? So see, it stands up. It opens like this. And there's the inside of your card. Kind of flips open like this. Lots of room to decorate or do whatever on the inside that you want to do. And it closes up like this and it fits in a regular envelope like we use, okay? So that's that. So now you're just going to want to decorate. So to decorate, I have some other little pieces here. I went and grabbed, remember the 12 Days of Crafting calendar? I have the stamp set from that. I have a bunch of the ephemera and stuff from that. So I went over and I just grabbed it. And that's what I'm going to use to decorate my card, okay? I'm going to stamp with this. I cut this piece out using stylish shape dies, okay? And I'm going to grab Birthday Wishes because I actually need a birthday card. I need to send it out tomorrow. So this is going to be my birthday card that I'm going to send out tomorrow. And I think that it does fit on there. So I like to lay my stamp down on here and then lay my block over top so I pick it up. And let's see, what color ink do I want to use? I love the colors in this paper. I think there's Blackberry Bliss, there's Berry Burst, Old Navy, Peacock. I think I'm going to go with maybe Berry Burst. If I can find my Berry Burst, here it is. we're gonna go ahead and stamp birthday wishes right in the middle of my little guy here. Just like that. All right, I'm gonna put this over here, get this out of the way, close up my ink pad before I stick my fingies in it. Now, I had a couple pieces of extra paper, so I kept them, because I think I'm gonna put this down in there. I'm gonna decorate the inside of my card a little bit, so let's go ahead and put this piece on the inside. Just like that. So I've decorated the inside a little bit. You have tons of area to decorate on the inside, which is really kind of fun about this card. So you could do some poppy up type things in there. All right, do I want to... I'm gonna lay this guy flat on here. We're gonna put birthday wishes right in the middle like that. I've grabbed, like I said, some of that ephemera. These are really cool. They're white, but they have a little bit of a, well, they're die cut, but I see a little gold to them, just a little bit, which I thought was kind of neat. So I'm going to put that guy on there. Going to lay him down first, over here in this area. Like that. And then I cut out a little blue piece, and that's using, remember this fun stamp set that I got? It was so cool. You got the stamp set, you got all these fun dies. Remember, every day I opened up a different box. So I'm using this little die right here, and I'm also using the butterfly die. All right, and so I'm gonna put this little guy over top. This designer series paper is still available. However, I don't believe the stamp set and stuff is available. I think the dies might still be available, but the stamp set is not. So let's go ahead. We're going to layer this guy right over top of that one. Now, I grabbed the baker's twine that also came in the calendar. This stuff's been sitting over there looking at me, so I was like, you know what? You need to use it. So I grabbed it. So we're gonna, this is, it's a blue and white baker's twine, and then we have a pink and white baker's twine, which is, all right, I cut a pretty good long piece. I got a little bit of glue on my fingers, so everything's sticking to my fingers here. So you know me, I like to double it up. And then I just do my rabbity or bows, left over right or right over left, whichever way is more comfortable for you. Okay, and then we pull to get our loops where we want them, okay? And then we take our scissors and we cut this one, because this one is still a loop, and then we come in and we cut the tails however long we want them. And I really need to clean my snips and sharpen them. They're getting kind of dull. So I'm gonna grab my other scissors that I have up here, because I know these are a little sharper and much better. All right. And I'm going to take a glue dot, and I'm going to put that right at the bottom of those two little leaf pieces. Put that right there. We want it over far enough so that we can still see the birthday. Just like that. Now, I have these fun little butterflies that I cut out with the sparkly paper. Now this sparkly paper came with that suite that had the doves, and I had a piece of it sitting over there next to my cutter, so I cut out the little butterflies using that. And I'm just gonna take a glue dot and put these right on with the little glue dots. And I know I had 3 of them here, because you know me, I like to do everything in odds. But since I have the bow, I'm going to do 2 on the outside. I'm going to put this butterfly over here, just like that. And then I'm going to take this third one, and we're going to put him on the inside. And then I have some more of this paper, so I probably we'll decorate the envelope with the paper. I'm gonna put this butterfly right over there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So what a fun card. And the thing I like about it is that if you're sending this to somebody who appreciates the cards, they're going to love it because it stands up. So they can stand it up on their desk or their table or whatever and really enjoy this card. So it's a lot of fun. It's a really quick, easy, fun fold, but it's a lot of fun. So the glitter paper is still available. Thank you, Miss Sandy. Sorry I'm late. The notification didn't let me know you were on. Thank you, Facebook. And I also needed to know what direction the DSP went. Oh, well, what is this? Not landscape, but what's the other word? All right, so let's go ahead and make another one. I'm going to get all this stuff out of my way, and I'm going to grab the stuff in for the next one. And I'm going to set this one over here because I want to show them all to you at the end. So let's go ahead and I have so much stuff out here because I am working on a class. I have portrait. Thank you, Sandy. I have a class this Saturday. I'm very excited. If my first in-person class of the new year. It is at Andy's Attic in Winsted, which is the next town over from me. So I'm cutting out all my cards for that. So I have stuff everywhere as usual. I always have stuff everywhere in this room. It's kind of a crazy deal, but you know how that goes, right? Prep time and stuff for these classes sometimes I get crazy. So, all right. So I'm going to set that over there. Here's all the materials I'll need, and here's all the stuff that I used. So I'm going to this one's going to be a Valentine's one. So we're going to get everything out that we used. And we'll start over. So if you're late coming in and you want to follow along, gather all your stuff. Here's all the stuff that you needed. Okay. And we are going to start with, hello, it's not letting me, there we go. All right, so we have that 5 1/4 by 11 piece of white or light colored. You'll see on the next one I'm going to use a light colored piece of cardstock. Okay, and then we have the 2 pieces of the cardstock 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. These 2 pieces can be the same or they can be different. They don't have to be the same. It's totally up to you. We have the 4 by 5 1/4 piece of DSP. We have the 5 1/4 by 1 3/4 piece of DSP. And then we have whatever we're going to use to decorate. So I'm just going to dump all this stuff out. And we are ready to rock and roll here. I have some of the arrows cut out in gold paper. I have a big heart. So, and then I have an envelope to put it in. All right. So the only thing that you need is your whatever you like to score with. So I like to score with our cutter. So I'm going to grab that. So you are going to take the 11 by 5 1/4 piece of white or light colored cardstock. And you are going to score that at 1 3/4 inches. So we're going to do 1 3/4. Make sure you have your score blade and not your cutting blade. 3 1/2. Slide it over to 3 1/2 and score again. We're going to flip that piece of paper over onto the other side. And we are going to score again on this side at 1 3/4 and 3 1/2. And that's it. Okay? So now you're going to take, and we're going to score those. So you're going to fold the 3 1/2 one in. And again, grab your bone folder. And then you're going to flip the 1 3/4 back. Just like that. Okay? We're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to flip at the 3 1/2 in, and then we're going to fold the 1 3/4 back. So you're kind of doing like a Z fold on both sides. All right, and then you're going to have a piece that looks like this. Okay? That is your centerpiece. Okay? Now we're going to take, and on the back side of this piece, we're going to put whatever adhesive we decided to use. I'm using Stampin' Seal because that's just what I use most of the time. We're going to take that cardstock that we needed 2 pieces of, and we are going to take 1 piece, and we're going to set this right down on the center of that piece of colored cardstock. And I did the same thing with the last one. I like dropped it and it wasn't where I wanted it. It was very crooked. So you're going to just lay that right down on there like that. Okay, and there you have it. So now you have something that looks like this. Okay, now you're going to take your adhesive, and on this left-hand side, the left-hand flap, we're going to go ahead and put adhesive on there. And we're going to take that other piece of cardstock. We're going to fold this guy in so everybody's laying nice and flat. And we're going to lay this right down on top. And of course, I'm crooked. So I dropped it. All right. We're going to lay this right down. And I've got my finger stuck on it. That's part of my problem. All right. We're going to lay this right down on top. Just like that. And I kind of got a wrinkle going on. All right. So it'll look like that. Okay. Now we're going to take our our DSP, and we're going to go ahead and put that right on top like this. So let's go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of that. This is from the Valentine Suite that is in the new mini catalog. We're going to put this right on here. Now, I tried to get away from another extra layer on the front of the card just because I figured it's a little, kind of a little bulky. So now you're going to take the 5 1/4 by 1 3/4, and we're going to put that over here on this tab. So I'm going to go ahead and put my adhesive on here. And then it's just decorate. You've made your card base, and you can decorate this however you want. It's almost like a little book, which is really kind of cool. You have it just like that, okay? And what I liked about it is that it stands up. And what's kind of cool is it stands up and it looks like this when it stands up. So you could decorate this side if you wanted to, and this side, decorate the inside. There's lots of possibilities. I'm going to put something over here because I tore my cardstock when I didn't quite get it down there right. So I will probably put something over here to decorate, or I might put something over that whole side. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So, but I will cover that boo-boo up with something. Okay. So now I have this guy here that I've already gone ahead and punched out. I have a little thing that I used with Stylish Shapes. I have a couple of these gold arrows, and we're going to go ahead and do some stamping. We're going to stamp this first. I also have these fun Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems that I'm going to use. But I'm going to start with the Love stamp, and we're going to go right ahead and ink him up. All right, let's put him right in here. Perfect. Now I've grabbed Strawberry Slush, and I have Sending You, and then I have the Love. So Sending You Love. So Sending You is going to go on this little banner from Stylish Shapes. I want to make sure I have a little ink on everybody there. So we're going to do Sending You. All right. We're going to put this guy right on there. And we're going to do him just like that, I think. Yep. So let's just go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of him. And we're going to put it right about there. All right, this we used dimensionals. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals here. You know me, I don't throw any of the dimensionals away, so I just cut off a piece, and we're going to put sending you up here, and I kind of did this at a little angle, just like that. Now I decided to do some red hearts, so I grabbed a piece of red paper here, and I grabbed the bee punch because I love these shapes of hearts match this, kind of match this, where one side of the heart is a little bit bigger, which I just think is kind of cute. So I need 3 of those. 2, 3. All right, now I'm going to take each one of these and bring them down here. And I'm going to put an arrow through each one of these. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue. That glitter paper is still available. I'm just looking at the comments, see if there's any new comments. I'm assuming everybody's busy making their cards. And I really think I have all the settings right so that you guys should be able to post pictures of your cards once I post the video. I think you have to wait till I post the video. But please share your cards. I'd love to see what everybody made. And I think that's a lot of fun. I think everybody would really enjoy seeing what everybody made. All right, and so now I have my little gold arrows going through all my hearts. Now I'm going to flip my hearts over and put a dimensional on the back of each one. All right, so I decided to do one down here, just like that. One up here. And then one over here, just like that. Isn't that cute? Now I grabbed my strawberry slush and my pretty in pink embellishments, and I'm going to use the lighter ones, so I believe they're the pretty in pink, and I used 5 of these, so I did 1 there. These are really cool because they have glitter in the centers of them, which is really kind of cool. 1 there. I did 3 big ones. 1 down here. And then I did 2 little ones, so I did 5. So I did 1 in this heart and 1 up in this heart. All right, now I grabbed this little red heart from the stamp set and my red ink. Helps if you have the ink on a flat surface. So I'm just going to put a little heart in there. And then I probably will put hearts on the envelopes. And I might do some other hearts, but like I said, I gotta fix that one. It has a boo-boo. So we have to fix that one. So here was my sample that I was looking at while I was, but isn't it a fun card? I think they're a lot of fun. So I'm going to put that over here with my other ones to show you at the end. We'll get them all out and about. All right, so I have one more to show you. So if you're just catching in, here's all your ingredients that you need. Okay, so gather your stuff and let's do this together again one more time. And then I'll show you all our samples that we made. So if you guys watched my Monday night or my Monday morning coffee and a card, I used this new suite, which is so pretty. It's called Nature Walk, and it's in the new mini catalog. Okay, so I have everything that I need in here. I've gathered these adhesive backed metallic gems. I am using, I used some of the dies and some of the stamp sets. Some of the stamp set. All right, so let's get everything out of my envelope here that I need. Come on, little guy. There he is. Okay. All right, so these are all my embellishments. I'm going to put these over here. So we're going to start with that first piece of cardstock. We have the 11 by 5 1/4. All right, I gotta get this out of the way because I gotta grab my cutting and scoring tool. All right, and you are gonna want to score this at 1 3/4 inches. So you're gonna bring that in at 1 3/4. So this time I'm using cloud cover as my light instead of using white. I'm using the cloud cover. And then we're going to want to do it at 3 1/2. We're going to flip that over. We're going to do 1 3/4 by 3 1/2. We're going to grab that bone folder. We're going to flip them in at 3 1/2. Give it a little score. Flip this side in at 3 1/2. Give it a little score. Then we're going to flip the 1 3/4 back. Give that a little burnish. Same thing on this side. And we have something that looks like this. Okay. Now we're going to grab those pieces of cardstock, and I am using Pretty Peacock. We're going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of this guy and mount him to one of those pieces of cardstock. Fold this all in. Mount him very nicely on into the center, just like that. We're going to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my piece of DSP. So I have my 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Designer Series paper, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount that to the front of that other 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of cardstock. We'll make a few more tomorrow. Did you make one, Deb? Fun. It is fun. It's just it's almost like a book. I like that you can decorate, really go crazy with the inside. I did not go real crazy with my insides, but I got thinking about that afterwards and was like, oh, if I could really decorate the insides of these a real lot. All right, now we're going to put adhesive on this flap on this side, just on this side, okay? We're going to hold everything in there together, and then we're going to bring this piece and lay this right on top. So we're going to lay that right on top of the other, just like that, okay? And then you have this. Okay, now this 5 1/4 by 1 3/4 piece of DSP, we're going to put that right over here on this, on the other flap. This paper in this suite is so pretty. The colors in it are just stunning. We're going to just put this right in here. Alrighty. So now all we got left to do is decorate, okay? So I grabbed some elements from this suite. I cut out with the cloud cover using the, using the textured note dies. These are those rectangle ones, see, with the texture around the outside. I am going to stamp You Make Me Smile. We're going to do that over here on this right-hand side of this rectangle. Just like that. Real simple one we'll do tomorrow. Oh, lots of stuff is all over. You and me both. I have stuff everywhere. Okay. So, and then I cut out this element. Now this is using the copper paper, and we do have this copper paper. It comes with copper, and then it has that funny like silver color that has a weird name that I looked up to find out what it is, but it's some kind of metal. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to just put a little bit of glue along this edge and layer this this rectangle to it. So I'm just going to, come on guy, he doesn't want to come out very good tonight. So we're just going to layer this right along there like that. And the nice thing about using the liquid glue is that you can wiggle it around a little bit for a minute or so. All right, and then we're going to mount this whole thing right to the front of the card. We're going to mount that right about, more so to the bottom of the card, and leaving about maybe a ½ inch at the bottom. You got to come down quite a bit because I want this whole guy to fit on there. All right, so then we'll put him on next. So let's grab that liquid glue again. Love the colors. I know. Isn't this paper, this whole suite, Lorraine? The colors are just, I love them. Oops, sounds like a little woodpecker going on there. I have a woodpecker usually. Most of the time when I do lives during the day, you guys can hear the woodpecker. My house is all wood shingles and stuff, so the woodpecker really enjoys pecking holes in the side of my house. My husband's not very impressed with him, but he's very pretty. He's one of those real pretty, has a red head. What do they call them? Pileated, I think. All right, then I stamped this guy, this image, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of him. I'm going to cut some of these down a little bit. I'm going to put some of these on the back of this guy. One more little guy. All right, and we're going to layer him down here in this corner, right like that, just like that. Now this guy, I decided to have him go the other way. And this is another little element that you can cut out, and this one is with, yeah, what color is this? Hang on, I can tell you. This one is Lost Lagoon. It's another color that's in here. The colors in this paper are just something else. All right, so we're going to have him go that way, just like that. Now, I grabbed that beautiful ribbon that comes with this suite, and we're going to make a bow. This ribbon is the Secret Sea. It's a linen-like ribbon, so it's kind of see-through. It's being a little slippery tonight, but it is my favorite one to make bows with because I like it because it's the same on both sides. So it makes a easy bow, I think. For some reason, it's kind of slippery tonight. So, all right, now once I have my two, then I'm going to pull these guys together. Now, I decided to have this be a little bow. I kept readjusting it when I was doing it earlier today. So I kept pulling this, and I finally got this cute little bow. And that's even a little bit bigger than the one on my sample, so I'm going to keep pulling. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to grab the big scissors again, because I'm just going to cut a nice little tail. Okay. And we're going to put that right there. So we're going to go ahead and grab the glue dot. Earth and tone metallic paper for that coppery paper. Yes, it is the earth tones copper. That's where the copper paper is. All right, we're going to put this right in there. Okay. Now, those copper elements that I grabbed in the very beginning that I don't know what I did with now. Here they are. I only have a few copper ones left. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put one up here, one down here by the salutation. And then one over here, right about there. Isn't that pretty? Now I have another little element here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little glue on this guy and I'll put him on the inside. All right, so what do you guys think? This is a fun, like I said, very easy, but you could really, once it gets to the decorating part, you can kind of go crazy. So I love doing these mystery card nights. I have to say they are one of my most fun things to do. Oh, I stamped on the inside of mine. So I wondered why I had that stamp out here, because I'm also going to put that stamp on the envelope, I think. So let's grab the pretty peacock back. And let's grab the little branch stamp. How you doing there, Miss Sandy? Did you follow along now that you found me? All right, and then we're just going to put this guy like right over top. Just like that. How fun. Okay, see what I mean? You can you have this side here that you could decorate. Again, you could do another piece of the designer series paper, so maybe some on the inside over there. But it's a fun one. It's a fun fold. We like this one. All right, so they stand up on their own, okay, which is really nice. So if you're sending them to a card person who will appreciate your efforts, it's a fun one because they can put it up and show it. Okay, 1 3/4 and 3 1/2. Yes, 1 3/4 and 3 1/2. That's all you have to remember, and it's on both sides. Yes, but remind me what the scores are. Okay, take a screenshot. Where are we? Score at, there you go. Score at 1 3/4 inches and 3 1/2 inches, and flip and do the same on the other side. Take a quick screenshot of that. All right. So they stand up like this. So if you're sending them to somebody who appreciates your efforts in card making, they're really fun because they can put them on display. They look like that when they're standing up, which is really cool. But there's that one. Here's this one. Let's see if I can get them all in here. Let's make some room. Okay. We have this one, which is very pretty as well. And then I just had to play around with the pears. The pears are, I believe, the whole suite of the pears is on the last chance list. So if you are shopping, please check out those last chance products list. This whole suite was one of my favorite suites, and I believe the whole thing is on the last chance list. I think you can get the whole suite for like $78 or something like that, which is a really great deal. Don't forget, if you're shopping, you're earning bonus coupons this month, so don't forget that. I finally got my virtual card retreat in the mail, and oh my gosh, the suite that goes with that is just amazing. I cannot wait to do this. I will be away at a crop, but I can't wait to do it anyway. Product of the month is a stamp set. I don't have an image of it yet, but I do. And then I don't have an image of the current paper pumpkin, so I will work on those as well. But if you are looking to purchase the add-on, which Sandy, I know you said you wanted the add-on and you asked me what the item number was. The item number for the add-on for the paper pumpkin is 168666. So 168666. Okay. I didn't make maybe I can make a graphic. Hang on. Let me see if I can do that. Let me see. I might be able to make one really quick and send it over there so that you can see it. All right. So it is, what did I just say? 168666. All right. Where did it go? There it is. There's the item number, Sandy Vines. All right, so that you can purchase the add-on. And it's got this great, what do you call it? Postage stamp edge. It's got beautiful in a die, and then it's got tulips. Really cute. So, all right, guys, I am going to let you go. I'm going to get rid of that so that you can see all my fun cards. But yeah, look at my Look at my pear one. I'm going to miss this suite. I loved this suite. I loved this paper. And like I said, I believe the whole thing is on the last chance list. So go check it out. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to go back to designing and cutting out all my cards for my class this weekend. So I won't see you now till Monday morning coffee and, oh, well, Thursday night, right? Yeah, we have Thursday night live. So I'll be back Thursday night with my Thursday night live. So stop by. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Something will inspire me, I'm sure. All right, guys. All right. Does anybody have any questions before I let you go? Seeing no questions, enjoy this. And please, once I post the videos, please post your creations in the comments in the videos. I'd love to see what everybody came up with. And as always, thank you for watching. And hopefully we all will get to stamp together very soon. Have a great rest of your night.